pumpkin spice. Alright, what is going on YouTube, man? Welcome back to yet another King James video. Now, I set out today to hit as many thrift stores as possible to see how many cameras we can find. And of course, you guys know we got to hit the local spot first. And so we're right here, right now. This is going to be the longest thrift video on my channel. So without further ado, let's jump in and let's see if we can find anything dope. Alright, so it looks like they got some stuff in there, man. Let's check it out. Can I see this one right here, please? Yeah, and then this one too, please. They are packing. Pause. Thank you.
Yes, sir. You want to check something?
Alright, check out this little digicam. We got a Canon SX620HS. This thing is broken though. It's a nice little camera. It's just, the thing is broken, but check it out, y'all. Got the Minolta Maxim 430 SIRZ. Looks like a little Quanta-Ray 28 to 80 millimeter zoom. 40 bucks. That's not a bad play, actually. You put a 50 millimeter lens on this, and you have a bad looking camera. Bad isn't good, but you know, this is actually pretty interesting. I wonder why it's open like that. If maybe just the battery doesn't work, or if the camera itself is broken. The body shape is actually pretty interesting, so I think I'm gonna think about this one and sit on it. What else do we got down here, folks? If this is the first stop of the day, man, so far we might come out on top today. So let's see what we got here. Let me ask about this one too. Thank you. All right, moment of truth. This is what I think it is. It could be big. Okay, this is definitely not what I expected, but damn, that is a beefy point and shoot. Like, next to my head, man, this is huge. $24.92. Not a bad play, but this thing is huge. It feels like a medium format camera almost. That's how big it is. But I guess, man, Freedom Zoom 90. I personally never shot this before. Alright, gentlemen, so this right here is where all of the treasure is found. So we're gonna hit the plastics and see if we can find anything worthy. Now, lately, thrift stores have been pretty bad. This one in particular is a little camera right there, Kodak. But every now and then, like someone last week found a Yashica T4 for $5, and I think those deals are still possible. Someone 720 PhD with the name Joey. That's crazy. Every now and then you can find some insane deals. Has it gone harder? Absolutely, but it's still very, very much possible. Should call me empty-handed Japes, man, for walking out with nothing. But yeah, we're on to the next spot. So we're gonna hop up in the car, and I think we have about 6 thrift stores planned out that we're gonna go to, and this was just the first one. Let's go. Fingers crossed, man. Hopefully we get better luck at this spot. Let's go. Alright, so I haven't been to this location in over a year, so hopefully they still carry cameras, and hopefully we find something good. This is a big store, guys. Look at that. Oh, goodness. Alright guys, so the last spot we went to was a bust. We just pulled up to another spot right now, and this is in a town called Alameda, which is directly across from the bay, or across the bay from San Francisco. But man, you know it's gonna be a good thrift store when the parking lot is small and there's nowhere to park. So let's go. I've never been here before. Hopefully we don't jinx it. Another bust. Alright, man. So judging from what happened, I jinxed it, so maybe we'll do some reverse psychology and say that this is going to be the wackest thrift store ever, because we just pulled up again. I keep saying that. This is going to be the wackest thrift store. There's going to be no cameras, and it's just going to be a bad experience overall. Let's see. Yeah, can I see the camera in the back of it, the silver one, the flash? Thank you. Minolta XGA 3493. Someone put a cheat sheet from back in the day. That is insane. What's this lens right here? Focal MC 135 2.8. Hey, that's in good condition too. It's nice. So these are one of the stores you have to look through every nook and cranny because, guys, look what we just found hidden away in the depths of the darkness. I'm not even gonna show it to you. This one they call the Thrift Village. Apparently because there's a bunch of little thrift stores within a small little area and you get to kind of explore it. So we're gonna go see firsthand.
Okay, that one comes with the original manuals, the macro lens, and the regular lens, and then everything is in perfect working order.
Oh, do you mind if I pull it?
No, go ahead.
Okay. All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay.
All right, guys, we are at the last thrift store of the day. Let's see if we can pull something out. Hopefully we can. Okay. That is the last hope right there. That is the last hope.
So our store policy is 30 days and anything you buy in the store. Our cameras are not tried. So if they don't work for you, you will have 30 days to bring them back and we can do a change for you, okay?
Okay, thank you.
And this one you said?
Those two, please. Thank you. Alright, so yesterday was an absolute bust. Out of these 6 thrift stores that we went to, we only found one thing at a thrift store. I think it was like thrift store number 4. But for the most part, it wasn't a completely failed day. We still got in, we still got to see a ton of cameras. Just no real deals. But you guys, I am notorious for going to thrift stores the day after shooting a thrift vlog and finding something crazy. So right now it's 9:21 in the morning. I am about to go get some coffee, then head over to the thrift shop one last time and let's see if we can pull something out of the bag. And hopefully we do, because otherwise the ending of this video is not going to be great. So let's go. That camera is gone, yo. Oh, actually, it's right there. I'm tripping. What's up, big dog? How are you, bro?
Cool, man. How you doing?
Bro, I haven't seen you in a minute.
I know. I just wanted to say, bro, I noticed your transformation.
You been good?
I'm cool, man. It's always nice to see you on my Instagram.
You want to shout it out?
Yeah,
You already.
I'm cool. Actually, yeah. Follow my photography Instagram at SeniorJPEG.
There he is. Damn, you kept the Senor brand, huh?
I do, man. I gotta get a patent.
Are you for real?
That's what I've got on. There's a whole lot of 35mm goodness. No wrong with the Superior 400.
That's Superior?
Yeah, man.
It looks good. It looks better than mine.
It's Superior and a Mewtwo.
Is that right, Jim?
Yeah. I know you've been shooting Fuji.
Yeah.
Actually thought of you.
That's
if
crazy.
you want it, man, you can have it.
It's in your car, bro.
No, bro. But you know what my next purchase is? Just because the film prices went up.
Yeah.
I've been watching your Fuji Wave, looking at the X100 video.
Get it.
Once I find 2 bands. Oh, did you see the ones up there?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna cop that one. Alright guys, so we are at the thrift store right now, and man, is this the year of the Digicam? I'm curious because I just got one right here, but I'm gonna show you guys when we get back home. I definitely want to double check the camera. Feels like film photography thrifting is dead. I haven't found any film cameras in the last day or two, except for that one, but who knows, it could just be the time right now and just bad timing. Take a chance. So we ended up finding a couple of different things, and I'm gonna go over them really quick one by one. but I just gotta say, man, film camera thrifting is ridiculously tough now. Don't get me wrong, there are still deals to be had, but folks, you really gotta get into the knit and grit of these thrift stores to find them, man. Despite how hard it was going to about 6 or 7 thrift stores, we still came out with a few things that I want to show you guys that I'm actually very, very excited for. First things first, let's talk about the one and only film camera that we found from this thrift episode. Let me adjust this real fast. And that one and only film camera happens to be this bad boy right here. So this is the Minolta XGA with a 135mm 2.8 lens. Now, honestly, you guys, after looking at the camera, it's kind of in a weird condition because there's some tape on the back with somebody's instructions on how to operate the camera. The camera itself looks pretty nice. There's not a lot of dings or dents at all. It's actually in pretty good condition, but honestly, when I looked in the viewfinder, there's this large giant streak going across the focus screen. And on top of that, I tried it out with some batteries and the camera seems to be dead. Now, we paid 25 bucks because it was $34.93, but there was a little sale going on. And so all in all, folks, we bought a dead film camera. Now, it came with this focal M200 flash that I'm not too excited about, but the one positive thing about this little setup is the lens that it came with. Now, the lens up front is a focal MC 135mm 2.8. And 135mm are generally your portrait lenses, but the form factor of this particular lens is actually really nice because it's a little bit smaller. It's a little bit bigger than your standard 50mm lens because the other 135 that I have for my Minolta X700, which is sitting over there, is a little bit longer. So having something like this can make it really fun for something like street photography. It's in beautiful condition, no fungus whatsoever, no dust. It is really, really nice, and just go to town, shoot some telephoto street photography. That is the first and only film camera find from this thrift episode. All right, so moving on into the bag here, we have a grand total of 3 cameras, and I don't know if it's just the season of digicams or if this is kind of like the next film point and shoot kind of era. But folks, these are popping up everywhere since I made those videos, and I guarantee you these thrift stores are watching. We have 3 digicams to show off to you guys, and all of them, surprisingly, are in working condition. All right, so let's talk about the first one that I'm probably not the most excited about. It's this X-Lim Casio point and shoot. This was $4.98. The reason why I'm not too excited about it is because it doesn't have a battery, and so I gotta track down, number one, what battery it takes, and just to see if it works. But it was 5 bucks. Couldn't pass it up with a little 25% discount. But the main reason why I picked this camera up is because of the longer kind of form factor and grip. Reminds me a lot of the Ricoh GR2, which is a camera that I really, really like. But the next 2, you guys, are 2 of probably the best digital point and shoot cameras finds that I've ever came across so far. So first things first, let's talk about this one. The first one we picked up for a grand total of 10 bucks. It was $19.96, but it was 50% off because of the tag color of the week. But when I got home, I went ahead and just plugged in the battery into the wall just to see if the camera actually worked. And to my surprise, the camera is in good working order. Now, if you guys have seen the video, the $10 point and shoot that everyone should own, this is essentially the same camera. This is a Canon PowerShot SD1200 IS. And this one came in this nice little powdered blue color. And when I saw this in the little plastic areas in the thrift store, first thing I noticed was the color, but also just how good condition this camera actually is in. A lot of times these point and shoots get banged up, but this one looks like it was just kind of stored away and people didn't really shoot it or they forgot about it. But it's immaculate, you guys. This thing is gorgeous. Now, I have the Canon SD1000 as well as the SD600, and so having another SD1200 IS just kind of adds over to the collection. And I'm starting to build up a nice little collection of digicams. Who knows? Maybe we'll give one away in the next video. But you guys, this thing has 10 megapixels, and if you haven't seen that episode where we talked about why these cameras are really fun, definitely check it out because there's a lot of value in these smaller little digital point and shoot cameras. But the next one, you guys, is one that I absolutely did not expect to work. Now, I went ahead and bit the bullet and paid the $30 that they were asking for because after I looked up the camera online, I realized that the camera was worth over 200 bucks. And so $30, 200 bucks, I thought maybe let's just go ahead and take the risk. Who knows, maybe the battery is dead and the lens just got stuck midway as the battery died. So when I got home, I plugged this bad boy into the wall, and just like the blue one, you guys, to my surprise, check it out. Bam. We got the Canon SX620HS, guys. A smaller, compact, digital, still in the Digicam family, but this one looks a little bit more modern, for 30 bucks, and this thing is working great. Now, what's amazing is the fact that, number one, we picked this up for $30, but number two, the condition that it's in, and just look at how handsome it is. The camera has autofocus tracking, which I find really, really weird in a smaller digital point and shoot like this. And overall, the compact size is something that I really, really enjoy. I do like to take these out when I'm running errands or when I am just out and about with friends, because it gives me the opportunity to have a physical camera rather than just my phone to go out and make some photographs. So, but folks, I am very excited about this little camera. If you guys want to see a little in-depth first impressions video or kind of a review, stay tuned, because I'm going to be going out to shoot some street photography with this thing, man. So that is going to wrap it up. If you guys bump this video up to 1,000 likes, I will be giving away a small digital compact point and shoot similar to the ones that you've seen in this episode. So definitely hit that like button down below, and in our next thrift episode, I will be giving away a camera. So thank you guys, man, for tuning in. I will see you guys in the next one. As always, Minolta Gang. Whew.